Let's go to the Teals. More bad press for them today, Carolee. Let's have a look at this picture. This is the Teal candidate running in the Victorian seat of Monash, which is out towards Gippsland, the east of Melbourne. Now, this is an authorised political ad. It's an authorised political ad. She's wearing her grandfather's medals on Anzac Day. I commend her for that. But I'm very uncomfortable about any sort of political ad around Anzac Day. I think MPs should absolutely, but at all the services tomorrow, you want to see your MPs there. But for me, that's it. Carolee, what do you think?
Yeah, Peter, I'm with you. I think that being a Member of Parliament in Australia, whether it's federal, whether it's state, is an immense privilege. And they are there to represent their constituency. But they're also there to also reflect that if we didn't live in a democracy, they wouldn't have the opportunity to do what they should do. The day is not about them. The day is about Australia, honouring those people that have given their life, paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we're all able to live as we are today. And I don't like seeing that at all.
She's also been caught out, James, with her Greens past. She doesn't want voters to know about this, but she said in a local paper not so long ago that she was once a member of the Greens. Now, that was then put on a poster and put around her seat, but her campaign team are trying to claim that that's now dishonest, that it's not truthful. Now, have a look at these posters there that's gone around her electorate. Now, she doesn't like this. She does not like this, but they're her own words, James.
Well, and how can somebody be upset about their own words being quoted back at them? I think the thing that she's upset about is the fact that we now see just one more data point in the fact that Teals generally vote with the Greens. They are a Green stalking horse. They're the Greens for people who don't want to vote Greens. If you look at their voting record,
they're the Gucci Greens, mate.
collectively and individually.
Greens.
They are the Gucci Greens. They're the Greens who wear deodorant and shower and have, shampoo and hygiene and things like that. Unlike the sort of the inner city Greens who have all the, other sort of weird stuff going on. It's just simply, I think, dishonest, frankly, of Deb Leonard to be trying to run from her own past. If she wanted to say, hey, I used to be a Green, now I've evolved, I think that'd be fine. But, to run from it, well, she's got something to hide.
They must be worried in Goldstein, Carolee, because Simon Holmes, the court's 2000 Climate 200 mob, they've had to throw in another $50,000 to prop up Zoe Daniels' campaign. I think Tim Wilson's got them a bit panicked.
I think he has, and I think he's actually, he is running a very tight campaign. He's determined to get his seat back. He was a very effective Member of Parliament before. He's really nailed down and drilled down on the issues that are important to those members. And, what I will say is we've seen reports today that, $25 billion in self-managed super funds maybe actually be taken out. Tim Wilson actually launched in 2019. He was on the attack against the retirees tax that was going to be brought in 2019. And it's important to realise that those people living in those seats of Goldstein, Kooyong, Curtin, Wentworth, they need to realise that the Teals are just a cover for the Greens. Just as James just said, it's like a Trojan horse and they're coming after everybody's money. Tim Wilson's exposing this, and really, does it really matter if Tim Wilson is putting up more posters? Welcome to the last couple of weeks of a campaign. He's doing exactly what he should be doing. He's out door knocking, he's engaging with voters, and he's taking nothing for granted.
Let's go to Tasmania. I think this is a really interesting race I'll be watching Saturday night in a week's time. 6 seats, of course, up for grabs. The two majors will likely get 4 of these. The Greens' Nick McKim, likely to get the 5th spot. I mean, the 6th spot for Tasmania is really going to go down to a fight between One Nation, and it's Pauline Hanson's daughter Lee who is running for them down there, and Jackie Lambie. And I'll make the point, Jackie Lambie talks to Conservative voters in election time and picks them up as votes, but she gets to Canberra and she talks to the Greens and Labor. She votes with them some 80% of the time. She's been, against the salmon farming. She said, quote, they can piss off. This is what she said, James. This is the sort of calibre of this woman when she gets into office. She has that sort of tone. I think she's always been, a Labor stooge, if I can be frank. And I think Hanson is going to take the fight right up to her. What do you think?
Well, yeah, look, I think she should take the fight up to her. The thing about Jackie Lambie, of course, you know, you're right. She does peel off conservative voters or people who are sort of instinctively inclined to be conservative, but her whole shtick is very much anti-establishment, corporate, anti all the sort of the big structures of Australian society. You know, she's kind of in that sort of mold, a little bit populist. And the ways that she connects to people, the people who support Jackie Lambie, they connect to her on an emotional level. Like it's about, you know, they say, oh, she's so honest, she's so raw, she's so real, right? But that once you've connected on that level, it's very hard to talk to people about, you know, well, if you look at her voting record, you know, she's doing this with the Greens or this with Labor and all sorts of things, so she's not really your person. Once they're connected on that level, and that's the level I think that Hanson is going to have to fight at, on that visceral, emotional gut level, to say, you know what, this is actually, you know, not an authentic candidate here. I'm actually more authentic than this one here, and I will do a much better job of standing up for your interests. Number one, of course, being keeping the salmon farming industry there so that it doesn't get killed off by some concerns about the Maugean skate or whatever it is.
She could also say, you know, what I say in Tasmania, I'll actually do in Canberra, and that's not something that Jackie Lambie can do or say. All right, I'll leave it there. Both of you enjoy the commemorations tomorrow for Anzac Day. I know you both will be involved, and I'll speak to you next week.